If you are a freestyle athlete, you have been lied to when people are telling you that it's okay to skip legs. I've been doing freestyle calisthenics for almost 10 years now, and I am here to tell you that no, you do not want to be skipping leg day, especially if you are a freestyle athlete specifically. So, for reference, my name is Gavin. I have almost a decade of calisthenics training and coaching experience. I've been doing freestyle for almost like 7 years out of my calisthenics journey so far. And me personally, I got injured a couple of times because I was neglecting leg training. And I think this is something that's super important and not necessarily talked about yet in the calisthenics space. So yes, you do want to be training legs, but it's very specific movements that I would personally recommend you do. So when I first started training, I was doing lots of heavy deadlifts and back squats because that's just what I thought would help me get stronger. But getting stronger means different things to different people. If your goal is to be doing statics and freestyle dynamics on the bar and compete in calisthenics competitions, you are going to want to do any exercise that's going to help prevent injury. I personally believe that lower body exercises are really important for a couple of reasons. One, you're spinning, right? And so spinning comes a lot from hip torque and control. If you're neglecting your legs, you're relying on a lot of upper body to spin. So one, it's not going to look as clean, but two, it can set you up for injury long term down the road. If you are someone like me who is spinning just to one side for years and years and years, that can definitely come with some muscle imbalances that we want to address before they happen. So don't be like me, guys. Try these exercises out and incorporate them into your off days or even after your static training. And I really think you're going to see a lot of benefit in not only injury prevention, but explosivity in your freestyle attempts. So before we get into any of the exercises, I just want to say that I don't necessarily think training weights in the hypertrophy bodybuilding style of training is going to benefit the freestyle calisthenics athlete. I personally believe you want to incorporate a lot of body weight exercises and a lot of unilateral exercises because not only are those more functional, but they just apply better to calisthenics training, right? Everything we do is body weight, so why not the lower body exercises as well? First exercise is going to be the Copenhagen, which is a side plank variation. This exercise specifically targets your adductors, and your adductors are incredibly important for spinning. I'll tell you why. When you snap your legs together to create that torque, you are snapping your adductors together. If you try to spin with your arms out versus with your arms in, you're going to notice that it's a lot easier to spin when your body is wrapped tightly. That's just basic physics for you. Next exercise is the single leg glute bridge. This exercise is really great for balancing our hip strength. For example, if you're spinning to the right all of the time, your right posterior is going to get stronger and activate more easily than the left side. Over time, this can definitely create imbalances that we want to address beforehand, right? So I really think by doing this exercise, it is going to help address those issues before they become a real problem. So for me, I'm spinning to my right side. I focus more on the left single leg glute bridge. And that's because the right side already gets a lot of firing and activation from the spinning that I'm doing to minimize that imbalance. The next exercise is going to be the single leg deadlift. I think this one is super important because one, it's teaching a lot of ankle and hip stability, but two, it can replicate the landing and impact that you take during freestyle calisthenics attempts because a lot of times if we reach for the bar, we're going to land with our kind of upper body in that hinged position. And so by doing this, you're going to get the range of motion and the stability that you need in the hamstring. And the hamstring is a super important muscle to strengthen because it's going to help you control and decelerate from a lot of the fast movements that we're doing. Speaking of hamstrings, I think another really great exercise to work on are Nordic Eccentrics. So this one can be pretty challenging, so you do want to build up the intensity over time, but this is probably one of the best body weight exercises specifically to build and bulletproof your hamstrings. Another exercise that I like to include is the jump rope. So this one is teaching a lot of ankle stability as well as general calf strengthening, which is definitely important for injury prevention anytime we come off of the bar. If you're going to fly away, for example, or do any sort of dismount, we're going to need ankle stability. So if we just neglect all ankle stability and calf exercises, then this one, anytime you land basically, is going to have a higher chance of injury versus somebody who is conditioned in their ankles and calves. Another exercise I think is super helpful are clamshells with, one of those booty bands. This one is really going to specifically target the glute medius, which is responsible for making sure our hips stay stable in all different kinds of ranges of motion. So this is super important because we want to have control not only forwards and backwards, but also laterally. You never know what's going to happen when you fail a dynamic trick and we're trying to bail safely. So the more stability that you have in the hips, the less chance of injury, not only in the lower body, but also the lower back and core, right? If you made it this far in the video, thank you. And I want to give you guys a couple of bonus exercises because these ones I also think are really helpful. These are actually core exercises, but as you guys know, the core, the upper body, the lower body, it's all connected. And the core specifically connects lower to upper body, right? So one exercise I think is really helpful for the core specifically are side planks. So side planks are going to target your obliques and also your glute medius. So we went over the importance of the glute medius for just hip stability, but your obliques are definitely essential for helping your torso rotate and spin fast. So you want to make sure this is nice and strong because this is going to help you develop a little bit more speed and snap in whatever spinning move you're trying to understand. Next exercise is going to be wood chopper variations. Those exercises where you take a band or a cable and you kind of come out to the side like that. This will just make it so that not only are you getting stronger in your core, faster in your spins, but you're training the opposite direction, which is going to be really, really helpful for injury prevention. Of course, there are other movements that you should be doing as well to optimize your dynamic training. Definitely flexibility and mobility work are one of the crucial components as well to make sure that you can progress safely and optimally. So if you guys want a video on that, let me know. But I hope you guys found this helpful. Any other video suggestions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.